Hey gang, Kai here with Exped with the Core 25 and Core 35 packs. I'm going to show you the Core 35, 35 liter mountaineering pack, but bear in mind there's also the 25, which has a slightly different top pocket than you're going to see here. The 25 has a U-shaped zipper on the top pocket, and this one has a back entry zipper, but essentially from there everything is the same. Now the Core packs are designed, I think, really to exemplify our tagline, which is maximum outdoor experience with minimal means. And so by that, we mean to say that you do as much as you can possibly do with as little as possible. And the Cores, like I say, exemplify that. So they're super durable and simple. So let's take a look at some of the features. I'm just going to pull a couple pieces of clothing out of here and we'll get started. We'll go top to bottom. Let's toss these guys out. And let's go top to bottom. So as I said, top pocket, zippered access from the back, kind of a medium volume top pocket. Under the lid is a zippered access flat pocket. I typically put wallet, keys, phone, those items that I don't need very often that I want to make sure don't spill out onto the trail. Top pocket is anchored by a small carabiner that the pack comes with. Now you can also, Ted, don't fall over. All right, there we go. You should see the cliff behind him. So you can also use a regular carabiner should you want to, and remove this one. So stout haul loop, stout shoulder straps, and you can see the ballistics cloth nylon that we use for durability in this pack and in the 25. It's a draw cord top opening. There is just inside a tab for hanging hydration and a pouch into which you could put that hydration. And then when you close the top, the port that the tube comes out of for hydration comes right out of that little opening right there. There are two small loops flush against the pack here for a number of different usages, but one of which could be putting your drink tube through it so it's not affected by the pocket opening and closing. Going inside, there's the center loop that we just talked about for hydration, and there are two loops at the top, different colors, so that you can organize your rack. It's going to hang down, but it's not all going to go down to the bottom, and you can identify what pieces you're hanging where by the color. This is the inner pouch. That can be used for hydration or for other items that you might want to store inside the pack. A nice little feature is if you want to use it just as a small handy pouch, these toggles are on the bottom. You fold it up and there are two small little elastic bands. Do it on both sides, and when you flip it over you now have a smaller pouch and things don't go all the way to the bottom. A little farther down along the back on the inside are two elastic loops, and these are for organizing a shovel handle or a probe. And then going to the outside, that takes care of the inside. Oh, and I should say it's light in color so that it's not a big black hole. On the outside, you've got a daisy chain down the center to clip the closure beaner to. You have two ice axe loops here, and then on the bottom you have ice axe loops, and they can be stowed as you see here. This guy is just tucked into the daisy chain on the bottom. When you don't need them, they're not in the way. If you're hauling, you can put them out of the way. Then on the back side, sliding sternum strap. And then a critical thing with almost every Exped pack, and that is how the shoulder straps are attached. And we'll do a separate video about this, but I'll just cover it here for just a moment. Most packs you'll see have a small triangle of fabric coming out of this seam right here. And that's usually where the shoulder strap is attached. But in our experimentation with how to make that pack sit closer to your back in a variety of circumstances, full pack, empty pack, or nearly empty pack, what we've done with, as I say, almost all of our packs is attach the shoulder straps to the bottom of the pack right here. And the effect is quite subtle, but it works beautifully. Even on an overhang, the pack wants to pull into your lower back. And it happens, it's especially noticeable when the pack is partially full. It pulls that bottom right into your back. Makes a huge difference. So much so that we find ourselves often, even in a climbing environment, leaving the hip strap, which is a nice wide hip strap, you end up pulling it off and just leaving it. We've skied with it that way, climbed with it that way. It works very well, and check out one of our other videos and we'll talk a little bit more about that. And that really is Core 35 and Core 25. Super durable, super simple, but capable of doing everything you need to do in the alpine with all the tools you'll bring. Thanks a lot. See you out there.